So the review, number 2. What is the particular solution? That means I need y equals, and I need to use the initial condition so that I don't have c anymore, to the differential equation dy dx equals xy squared. Okay, well, let's separate variables. So using our algebra skills, we'll divide both sides by y squared, multiply both sides by dx to separate the variables. I got all my y stuff on one side, all my x stuff on the other side. I kind of don't like the left-hand side. What would be an easier, better way to rewrite that? Yeah, let's rewrite that as y to the negative 2. So now it's a power rule problem. Increase the power by 1, divide by the new power. Same thing on the other side. Increase the power by 1, divide by the new power. And here's our decision again. I can solve for c now, or I can solve for y first and then solve for c. It doesn't matter. You have to do both things, so it's just kind of a pick. I think I'm going to solve for y first. So if I multiply through by negative 1, I'm going to leave it as plus c. And then when I flip, I've got to flip the whole thing. So don't go flipping pieces. You got to flip the whole thing. And so there's my solve for y. I can leave the 2 or I can fix the 2. It doesn't matter. You got a preference? Leave it, fix it. Well, if you don't have a preference, I'll choose my preference, and that is to fix it, because I don't like fractions and fractions. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2 to clear that fraction out. So negative x squared, 2 times c or just c. Again, your choice. I think I'm just going to call it c because I haven't started solving for c yet, so I'm okay to call it c. It's a different c now, but that's okay. Okay, so there's my general solution. Now I need to use 1, 3. To solve for c. Let's see. Let's multiply by c minus 1. And then 3c equals 5. So c equals 5/3. Back to this guy. Y equals 2 over negative x squared plus 5/3. I'm okay with that as a safe stop. If it's multiple choice, though, it might multiply through by 3 to clear out the other fraction. 6 over negative 3x squared plus 5. That's a lot of algebra. It might be wise to plug in 1 and see if we still get 3 out of that. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I feel pretty good about that answer. After all those algebra steps, it still works out. It's problems like these where we try to scare people off from taking calculus if their algebra skills aren't good, because it's just, you can learn the calculus, but if you can't do the algebra, you're going to get stuck. What else from the review?
Can you do the limits?
Yes. Number 7 there. What's our first attempt at any limit problem? Plug it in. Although it's not going to work because I got 0 at the bottom, so something's not right. But I better check the top, because if it's 0 only in the bottom, that would be undefined. If it's 0 over 0, then something else is going on. Okay, 0 over 0. Which, I don't know if that's good news or bad news. It means we're not done. It means we can do something with this problem. If we factor it, x plus 6's will cancel, and so that 0 over 0 is going to go away. And now we can plug in negative 6 and get an answer.
I do not remember limits being that easy. It's been a while now.
Right, but they weren't all that easy, and there was a bunch of different kinds of limits, and so yeah, that's why, because they didn't all work the same. Infinite limits, limits at 0, a variety of algebra tricks you had to know. Other questions from the review? Oh, we're almost out of time. Look at that. Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when none of us can read the warm-up. Time flies when none of us can read the warm-up.